Yo, yo, yo. What up, family? I'm gonna give people some more time to come in. Y'all let me know if we sounding straight. If the audio you hear is straight and if my mic is straight, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what's up when you joining. Or when you get in, y'all let me know what's up. Where everybody at? Can everybody hear me all right? Perfect. Thank you, babe. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more time to join up. And everybody that joins up, let me know something in the chat. Type something. Talk to your boy. Yeah, let me know what you think of this beat that we hearing. About to get started. I'm just giving y'all a little bit more time to jump in. We're not y'all, but those that aren't in yet. give 1 minute. Yeah, let's go. What up, family? Those that's watching live and those that's tapped in after the live, what's going on? Appreciate you for tuning in, and those that are still to come. Appreciate y'all in advance. So, as y'all see, we got set up straight today. Thank God. And if anything is shaky at all, y'all let me know. Audio, video, y'all let me know. But we should be up and running and straight now from now on. Hopefully. Begin. Y'all let me know. So today, I just want to quote unquote. No, I won't say that yet. But today, I just want to put y'all on. I think that's what today in my head is. Or put y'all on type of day. So hopefully you in, so you don't miss nothing. If you ain't in right now, you about to miss something if you ain't watching the replay. Not gonna lie. But if you're in right now, share it with somebody you think could receive this information. Because definitely there's a lot of information about to flow from my brain. So if y'all not in, what am I? I'm just rambling. My goodness. Let me start. I'm sure y'all tired of seeing me on this screen. Boom. Let's go here. Boom. We are back in Logic another day. I got a minute. Y'all forgive me. But we are back in Logic another day. Another day. So I just really want to go through some stuff, some sounds that I have, some stuff I tweak. I just want to talk sounds for a little bit. And if at any point y'all got any questions, for sure type it up in the chat. Let me know at any point. I promise I'll stop and answer your question and tap on whatever you want me to tap on. So let's get busy. Let's see. So for me personally, when I open MIDI tracks, let's go back. Just show that real quick. When you open a new session, it automatically, for me, I go to this page. Oh, wrong button. I pressed the wrong thing. Not paying attention. No, let's open a new session. There we go. So this is what most time you'll see when you open a new Logic session. And you can do some things in here if you know your tempo, or if you're just messing with the tempo, if you know your key signature, you know your time. You could set your interface or your headphones or whatever you got there, and if you want to change your sample rate, frame rate, and such, we can mess around with this before you even get into a session. And then I have presets here, but you can use some Logic presets, like some of these, if you don't really know what you're going into. as what I say, if you're not too clear what you want to go into, you can even put your own templates from working sessions and blah 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 blah. But I'm gonna start from a blank slate. And starting from a blank slate, we'll bring this. So the new track, since I'm messing with sounds, I'm gonna make a MIDI track. So let's go. And if I know what I want to use, I can set it from right here versus pressing create and then setting it on this channel. I can, excuse me, I can set what I want to use from the jump. So let's see. Let's dive into some stuff here. I think. I don't want to start with gospel producers. That's the sauce. I'm gonna let some more people show up for that. I think we're gonna start. Let's start. Hmm, I'm debating. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Spitfire. So they got some tough stuff in here. If you never heard of it, the company is Spitfire Audio. The program. Come on. Yeah, I'll get my files right. These don't act right today. Oh good. Move on to the next. Let's go native instruments. Hmm. Let's go reactor. So if y'all heard bass, key bass on some of my videos that I have posted, yeah, most likely heard reactor on there. So let's go to play. So this is the stock sound right here. It's cool, but you could further shape it using oscillators, tuning, filters. So let's see. Sometimes I bring this contour down. And we already got a sound we can use for real. Boom. And we didn't even touch, we only touched one parameter. I can adjust this cutoff a little bit. I personally like more warm and like softer key bass sounds like that versus like these. Of course, depending on what type of music you're making, but more often than not, I'm choosing something softer or changing it up to make it a little bit warm. You know what I'm saying? Especially for bass. Let's go to some of these presets. Let's see. And this is not just for bass, by the way, but I use it for bass specifically. Let me go to one of my favorites. Let's see if I can find it. Let me see, where are you at? Oh, I just saw it. There we go. I see your question, babe. So as you see here, excuse me, they have presets in all the areas, basses, leads, some classic synths, some percussion stuff, effect stuff. So you can really tweak it to get whatever you're looking for, to be honest. So this is one of my favorite bass sounds. And y'all hear that? That modulation moving. So feel free to tweak stuff. And this is by, if I didn't say this already, this is by Native Instruments. This is one of their. So how they work, Native Instruments isn't like a VS or isn't like a sound, so to speak. They're like a hub for sounds. So you go Native Instruments to get the VSTs that you want, type of thing. So you go to Native Instruments to get Reactor, and then with Reactor you get these sounds here, if that makes sense. So don't just say like Native Instrument got all the sounds or Native Instrument got this one sound. No, Native Instruments has thousands of different sounds, effects, plugins, and all that jazz. Hopefully, I'm explaining it properly. I'll probably touch on it again later on. Boom. So let's go deeper. Let's go to a lead. Let's mess around with a lead. Let's see what I like. Nope. Not a huge fan of that one. Let's see. That could be mixing with like a sample. I'm just playing around right now. Let's see. Find something. Y'all get the point. Let's see some other stuff. Not that one. Let's go. That was a cool. That was a cool sound. That was a cool sound. Let's try. So cool stuff. Tap in with Reactor and this Monarch pack, whatever you want to call it. And there's some other stuff here in Reactor. But I usually stay around this Monarch section and tap in with all these sounds I got here. See this one perk, John, see how to sound. So that's like a whole kick sample. Jersey beat. All right, let's come out of that. So that is Reactor. That's just, again, the rabbit hole of Native Instruments that you go into. There's a bunch of stuff there that I will go into in a little second. I want to jump to another plugin though. Let's go Rolling Cloud. Let's just dive in here on this Jupiter 8. Let's get it here. Boom. And this is a classic. This is a classic board from the jump. This Jupiter 8, if you don't know about it. If you play keys and you don't know about the Jupiter 8, tap in. Most of your favorite songs is probably using stuff over here. Not gonna lie. Let's see. Let's tap into some other stuff. Let's go. Let's go strings. Calm little loop right there. Let's tap into some other stuff. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see what this talking about. It's playing around there. But you see, any sound you touch in here could really get bad. Let's go. See. And like I said, both sounds per se and effects can be found in all of these, or in most of these sound stuff I'm about to send you, or not sending you, excuse me, that I'm showing you. Like effects, this lead is a sound, but can also be used as an effect in some scenario. So they're not limited to just being put in a song. You can use these stuff for scoring all the time. Let's dive a little bit deeper into Rolling Cloud. Let's go to another one of my favorite. Let's go. Let's go with the JV 1080. Let's go there. This is another classic. And this is actually a module in real life. As you see here, it's actually like a module basically, if you don't know. Is what I say, how they compact keyboards into like a rack form almost. So it doesn't have keys, you can't play it, but you MIDI connect it to a board and you get your sounds like that. So they were more so used, like physical racks were more so used. I I would say they're still pretty in, to be honest, but to an extent. But they're probably more so used. All the gospel dudes, especially during the earlier 2000s and such, probably had this. There's a XV 3080. There's a motif rack, the MKS rack, and all that beautiful jazz. So they had these in person, but now there's the digital modules that we can get our hands on if we can't get it in person, which is wonderful. So let's tap into some sounds on here. Boom. So here's our sound catalog. Let's go. Let's go here. Boom. Simple clav. Boom. One of the best bells in the game. Let's go. Ah, I didn't even press it properly. There we go. Gospel dudes, if you don't know this D50, you're missing out, gang. Not gonna lie. These D50 bells are goaded. And they fit like perfectly in your mix when everything's added. And with all these sounds, let me bring this up. You can go in and tweak these effects. You can make it mono, legato, blah, blah, blah. And we can go deeper in. I forget where it Here we go. We can edit, boom, pitch bend, master tuning, and these ADSR parameters. And we can go deeper into it. And all this wonderful stuff. Most times I'm not going into it unless there's like a reverb that I don't like. So I make it dry or stuff like that, or like chorus. So I just take them off and put them on in post. But most times I like these sounds out the box. And I'm about to show y'all keys players a great sound for like background ambiance. Boom. This joker right here. It may sound crazy. Let me not say it may. It definitely sounds crazy. But that thing will fill in the background in your mix like nobody's business. Of course, it don't have it all front and center and loud, but you feel me? And even if you like layering on keys, you can have that in the back. Wait, let me try something right here. Let me show y'all a real life scenario. While I'm talking and loading this up, if you have not yet liked the video on whatever platform you're on, get on there right now. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, fam? Like it up right now. So let me pull up my piano. Let's go. Boom. No comment. I don't even know what that means. So cool, my piano's up. Let's go here. Let's see. Let's go Ragatronic, right? Boom, and we'll blend it in. Come on, CPU. I know. Learning is key. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is power. Boom. Let's go. Come on. Oh, wow. You taught me something. Look at that. Y'all get the point. So it can fit behind your mix. Real smooth. Let's see some other sounds in here. Let's go. I'm still on this piano. Let's get off the piano. Get out of here. Let's get off this. And these sounds are so clear. It's like why I said I usually just go with them off the bat. I don't do too much to them. Unless there's something that I hear that I don't like per se. But more often than not, I'm just going with them. And letting the natural, what I say, natural qualities and natural sonics of the sound, let those breathe. Versus me putting too many effects and stuff on it. And there's some cool leads in here. Let's try one more sound. Let's see. Some Vogue samples in here. Let's go here. Turn that up. Come on. Uh, so that joint right there is cold to me personally. That joint is hard. Cool. Let's dive one more. One more of these Rolling Cloud joints. As you can see, I like there's a rabbit hole that you could fall into when going into these sounds. I keep doing the same mistake. I just did that joint like 3 times. But yeah, like I said, there's like a rabbit hole that you can go into when messing with these like well-made sound packs. You could be going through sounds for hours, just messing with stuff. Which I suggest personally, like know the sounds that are in what you buy. Don't just buy stuff for 2 and 3 sounds. Take your time and learn your software, your VST, your plugin, all that. Take your time and learn. So this right here, I think this is free. Everything I showed you before is paid for. And Rolling Cloud stuff, the rest of them besides, or this is the pro version, so this is paid. But there's a free version of this plugin, Xenology. But the Rolling Cloud stuff, you could do subscription, or you can. I think there's different subscription tiers, but everything is paid for. Native Instrument stuff is like one-off payments. So just sharing the knowledge and information. So the Xenology is much of the same. The interface is just a little bit different, a little bit less like a module or like a keyboard as the other ones were. They showed keys or like the actual module. But this interface is probably easier for some. So let's see, let's just say let's say I'm looking for a sound, right? Boom. I want, uh, I want a solo brass or I want a brass sound. Cool. I want a solo brass sound. Boom. Takes me to all the solo brasses they have. Boom. That was not the best sound in my opinion, but we move. But it gets you exactly what you want. If I want a acoustic guitar, it'll show me all the acoustic guitars they got. Let's go nylon. Let's see. That sounds pretty nice to me. And they have the famous, y'all know when you hear it, you find the perfect one. Let's go with this one. Y'all know this sound. Those that listen to productions, you know these hits. They're in a bunch of Bruno Mars stuff. Ain't not even just Bruno Mars for real. Like all your famous R&B artists and even hip hop dudes in all the genres, especially when they do live shows and live arrangements. They're putting some form of these hits in there. That's giving fancy R&B. I'm weak. Now where that guitar was that was a dope guitar. I'm Pretty sure somebody's used that on a record. So with all these sounds, these are all record ready sounds to an extent, of course. Like that brass sound I wouldn't use. But if you find you a good sound in here, you be straight. You don't even gotta do too much to it. Let's even go to some of the synth. See, there's even these categories, not just synth. I can find a synth poly key if I don't want to have to worry about it being mono or monophonic. Let's go. Let's go here. I like this. I have this on my actual keyboard. That's a cool sound, and that's probably another like R&B joint. They definitely used these rolling sounds on a lot of these records. And back to the effects and drums. Trying to find me a hi hat. Yeah, I hear that panning. These are already panning for you. Hopefully, I can hear it on y'all end. But these bongos already pan for you, so you don't even have to pan them in post. But yeah, that's Xenology. There is a free version, as I said. You can get your feet wet. If you go on the Rolling Cloud website, you should be able to find it. Um, and it may not get you all these sounds. I forget. I had it before, but I forget what it gets you. But it'll be a solid starting ground for sure to get your feet wet and see what you can do with no money required at all. And then once you learn that and you want to expand, you can buy the subscription. Buy your plugins, buy your gear. I said it last video. I'm gonna say it in this one. I'm gonna leave it right there. Cool. Let's go to our next. Let's see. What do I want to do? So I'm gonna leave Rolling Cloud alone. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Orchestral stuff, so strings, keyboards, electric pianos, brass stuff, these other modules and boards, and a bunch of stuff. And these are drum machines. I'll go through one. This is one of the most famous drum machines there is for real. If you're a beat maker, you know these sounds. Or even y'all that listen to records, older records, y'all have heard these sounds for certain. But yeah, that's that. You can have access to them again with Rolling Cloud. Cool, let's move on to the next. I think I want to go Spectrasonics. This is one of them ones right here. Not gonna lie. Once you reach a certain quality of producing, don't do that to me. I'm definitely registered. We'll leave it alone for now, no worries. Not press. Leave it alone for right now. Let's move on to the next. And I recently got this computer, which is why some of this stuff may be acting funny for me. All good though, because y'all have heard keyscape stuff on my channel. Y'all will hear more in the future. Don't even worry about that. That's light. Cool. Let's dive into Arturia stuff. Cause their selection is like super deep. Like a insane rabbit hole of sounds. Not gonna lie to you. Come on, load up. Here we So, and as the other one is, if you find your section, bass, keys, leads, find your section what you want, and then it'll show you. And there's different narrowing down parameters. Like, boom, if you know what genre you're trying to get into, I want a reggae bass. Cool, it's gonna show me some reggae stuff. Boom. Or some suggested stuff for that genre. Boom. Let's come out of that. Let's go. Let's see what instrument do I want. And there's replicas, kind of like Rolling Cloud, of different keyboards, modules, some of the same that are in Rolling Cloud, but a lot of different ones. Let's go. This Prophet is a great board in real life. Tap in. There's some cool stuff all throughout. Again, if you don't like that reverb, you can adjust these parameters all here, and you can turn them off. You can turn off the keys if you don't want to see the keys. And there's even more parameters you can tap into, and you can undo some of your changes. And let's go to one more. Let's see. Let's go to the B3, just because. Just because. Of course, I'm not showing up to church with this organ. But in your production, it'll take you a far way. It'll take you a long way. And these organs may remind you of old school church. But again, you may not use it on a Sunday service, but in a production, it'll take you a long way. And you can tweak to your liking again. Every sound you touch, you can tweak to your liking. And you can make favorites. So if I heard this, boom, easy. So I don't gotta scroll. What's that sound I like? Blah blah blah. You don't gotta do that. You go to your favorites, and your joints is right there. Easy as that. And just their software and the organization is really nice and easy to look at and easy to navigate from beginner to after beginner, whatever you want to call yourself. But that's Analog Lab. Arturia is the brand, and this specific sound pack VST is Analog Lab. I had 4 and 5, two different ones. They have two different looks as well. I'll open this one up. Of course, 5 is the new one if we do our math correctly. if it wants to load. Yeah, give it a minute. Shoot, my computer's doing very well with this stream going on too. So this is their older, what I can say, older system, which is cool. There's a lot more like upfront parameters, as you can already see. But this navigation is different. Some may like it this way. I kind of prefer the other way. It's just more visually appealing in my opinion. But to each their own. Everything is different for everybody. So what you like, you pay for. Simple as that. Or what you like, you use. Simple as that. But that's another rabbit hole of sounds you can go through. Boom. Let's tap into something else here. Let's see what I want to tap into for real. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I think. I think I wanna. I don't. I'm debating holding off on it because this is gonna be for real. It's like sauce. I'm debating holding off on it. Now I'm gonna hold off one more. Let's go to contact. So just like Native Instruments, contact is under the Native Instruments brand, but again, contact is not sounds in itself. There's other packs that you put into contact now that you can load up as you please. So all these here are individual sound packs or VSTs, so you want to call it. But Contact is the main VST, and Native Instruments is the main company and distributor. Boom. Simple class. So there's a bunch of stuff here. Let's go. I don't know. Let's just choose something random. Let's go. Acoustic. Boom. Already gave me a little demo there. Look at that. Look at God. So if I can't play guitar, I can't play keys, and I want guitar, I'm just pressing one button. I'm literally pressing C, my middle C. Yes, I do use EQ plugins. I will go through some of that stuff possibly today or my next stream. I don't know. I may go through some effect stuff today, based on how I'm feeling. I got you, babe. So yeah, I don't even know how to. I don't even need to learn how to play guitar for real. I just need to know what to press and when to press it. You see that slide? I'm not doing nothing to cause that slide to happen. And I could change the sound. I don't like that sound. Boom. I want to change the arpeggio. I can go deeper into the guitar setting. I can change the effects that's going through. I don't want the reverb, blah, 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 blah. You can mess around with the swing. There's so much to do here. But now if I want to actually play it, cool. That's cool. Let's go. I don't know why I X'd that out. I just be pressing stuff for real. Cool. If I want to play a little bit now, I still don't know how to play the actual guitar, but I want to do something. I know how to play keys a little bit. Cool. I'm playing like a keyboard player right now. I'm still working on. Of course, I wasn't trying, but I'm still working on translating like guitar when tracking with VSTs and playing it like a guitar player. Because there's certain nuances that you can't do on a guitar that you can do on keys, so it doesn't sound realistic. Like you can't effectively play guitar with 10 fingers. I said 10 hands, 10 fingers at one time. But I could touch this keyboard with all of my fingers. So that's like one of the non-realistic tendencies. So when I'm really trying, I try and maximize or like minimize myself to maybe 3 fingers each hand if I'm playing with 2 hands. Sometimes less. I use those 6 to kind of emulate, what would I say, emulate all of the strings on the guitar and like give room for those open strings if I'm using open string, like chord type of thing. Because then if I'm playing the entire 6 strings and have open strings, it'll be 6. But sometimes I may be only using 3 fingers, 4 fingers to make a chord on the actual guitar. So I may not use all 6 type of thing. So it's just all in the nuances and trying to keep the realism of a guitar as an instrument kind of thing. So we went through some guitars, a bunch of guitars. Let's go to a bass. Let's see which one. Let's go here. Like I said, I'm attacking it now like a keyboard player. And this isn't my favorite bass sound. You can go in. Same type of structure. Most of these sounds are the same type of structure. And you can edit further and you can edit and contact further going into these parameters here. I don't usually go to them, but you have that capability. Boom. Let's go to one more. Let's see. I think I'll go to a piano since I'm usually sitting in the piano hat or the piano seat. My references. Turn my gain up a little bit. There's a bunch of different pianos. Um, I think a little bit of both. It's just all a matter of maturity, and this is a matter of maturity and sitting in the correct chair when I'm playing the instrument that I want to play. You know what I'm saying? Switching my mind, being mature and not really much skill, but aware. Be just being aware enough because you can know a lot, and I don't think skill is the thing. It's just awareness, truly. Just being aware that when I'm in this seat, I have to think this way, and if I'm in another seat, I can't think as such. So It's just a maturity and awareness thing, which I still battle with today. And I'm sure many that call themselves pros may still find difficulties at certain points. But it does kind of get difficult when I hear, like, in a group setting, being open and honest, being a keys player, and also being a player of other instruments. It kind of gets difficult when I'm in a group setting playing and I'm like creating with others and giving them the space to create on their instrument, but I may hear something else. That's when stuff gets difficult. But then again, it's the maturity to understand I'm in my seat and they're in their seat, and respect in each of our individual seats, even though I may have a different idea. Respecting another person's idea and blossoming off of it. Just went into another area, but just being open and honest. So, as we saw, I keep doing the same thing. I'm gonna keep doing like 10 more times. But as we saw, there's a bunch of different libraries here that we can tap into. Alicia Keys is another piano, plug-in, basses, guitars, strings, effects here, more pianos. And these are like multi. There's a bunch of sounds in these. And let's go here real quick. I like this plugin a lot. I couldn't wait to get this. So this is a vocal plugin, of course, as you can see. So I can change. Basically, I have two different, what I say, libraries, so to speak, that I can assign at a time. So I can layers. Let me say that word. That I can assign at a time, and I can choose my layer here. My B layer. Go to. They're all the same. Like both layers have the same selection of sounds. So I can choose Kip A for A. Boom. B, I can choose Kip O. And these are different, like what I say, each different name is a different person, right? And then the different things they're saying are the oohs, the ahs, the ums, and all that jazz. And I can balance between the two. So if I just want the Kip Ah, if I just want the ooh, let's make it something more. Let's see. Let's go. There we go. Or I'll go someone else's ah. And I can mix the two perfectly. So everybody's saying ah. And where I put this is in beats, in beat making for like R&B, hip hop stuff, like vocal samples, making vocal samples like that. I guess you could put in some other genres, however you see fit to put it for real. And there's another plugin I need to get. It's Jacob Collier's plugin. He has a new Native Instruments plugin for sure. I think right after I get off the stream, I'm about to download that Joe. No cap. It's been on my head. I just haven't done it. It's much of the same here, but it's samples. If you don't know Jacob Collier, if I'm saying the name correctly, go search him up. Heavy, heavy, multi everything is for real. Instrumentalist, vocalist, all that jazz. He does it all literally, and probably all at the same time. But he went on a tour basically recently and did shows and made the crowd sing. Cool. So now they put the samples from, or in like an emulation of that, or maybe I don't know how they recorded it. Maybe they did it live. I don't know, but an emulation of that basically. I'll just call it that, from choir, his choir singing. they put it into a plugin. So if you want that Jacob Collier style, you can get that plugin. Um, um, I think so. Most of my sounds really, I just like warm. I don't like I'm not like a aggression type of person. So that is pretty mostly true, depending on the genre, of course, and the fit, because all mixes need to have some form of sound that, or most mixes need to have some form of sound that stands out to your hot ears in the higher frequencies. So I usually kind of pair that with aggression. Most times I'm keeping my lower mids more warm and then using my aggression in those higher mids, higher frequencies, and such type of thing. Just my personal preference. I just don't like I don't like what I say, bright and aggressive dark sounds, if that makes sense. Like a pad, or go back to bass. Like I don't like my bass to be too bright, even when I'm playing it live. I don't like it too bright. Even when I have my tones and my highs turned up, I still pull them back down most times. I'm just my personal preference, of course. But I understand that there's a time for all things. You know what I'm saying? So that's yeah, that's Contact, and the newest one I think is 7. And these different versions are much of the same for real, much of the same thing. Okie bass, oh, wow, I feel that, I feel that. Cool. Now let's get into this sauce for real. So gospel producers are they're them dudes for real. They do a lot of different things for all communities, not just gospel communities, right? So one of their plugins is this peculiar sounds. So the origin of this is their founder and the artist, musician Doobie Powell coming together and making a sound pact with Doobie Powell's sounds. Because if you don't know Doobie Powell's sound, you should go look it up. He has like a distinguished sound that many want like sound or want to be able to create in their productions. So here's how this sound pack came along. Here's one of their sounds, their signature sounds. Let me go to B flat. Go to another one. And again, these sounds are can be used across all genres. They're not just for gospel music. So there's these pads, there's some strings in here. There's leads for days. And you can adjust these effects here, turn them off, or we can go deeper and adjust effects to this scale. So they make it really customizable. You can adjust these on the front end. Real, real nice. And then they made an expansion and did some more sounds with this pack. This what's the word? I think on the block is that acronym. So some more sounds. And let me get to some EPs because Doobie is really that EP dude. Let's get into some key stuff here. There's some good stuff all throughout this genre. Like I said, multi-genre. So fit in where you gotta fit in is one of the things I usually say. And you probably heard this before for sure. Scrolling on, if you scroll at sounds, or even on Instagram, there's just one dude that uses it all the time. The dude that talks about like musicians and singers. Really high quality stuff, record ready sounds in there, not gonna lie. So let's dive into another expansion off the gospel producers thing. So, Peculiar Sounds was Doobie Powell. Now we got Juice, which is one of my inspiration, one of my favorite producers, multi-genre producers, D-Lo. David Outing, I think is his name, if you want to search him up. He produces for in the gospel realm, Pastor Mike, James Fortune, in the non-gospel realm, I forget off the top of my head, but he does a lot of work in all the genres. You know what I'm saying? So these are some of his go-tos that he put in a sound pack, just like Doobie. So they're both sharing their sauce individually with the world. So we got some 808s here. Like I said, record ready sounds. Y'all probably heard these sounds before. And he has drums in this joint too. Let me actually go to a kit. If I can find where it's at. There we go. I'm not the best key drummer out there, but you can get stuff done. And let's dive in a little bit more. We got some keys in here. Easy. Let's go some pads. And he has this juice knob right here. I'll show y'all exactly what it does. Just listen. So let me get let's get a sound you hear more of the difference. See, in some of them they come together a little bit more. Trying to find the perfect example. I think I know the exact one. These are record ready strings, I'm not gonna lie. And now with the juice knob, adds that staccato on them. See, it just changes up some of the sounds. So there's a lot of heat in this pack. I'm not gonna lie. And now we get to these leads where stuff gets crazy. Which I think let's go to one of the so right, this aggression, I usually leave it for these leads. But again, these leads can be doubled as basses. These basses can be doubled as leads. So yeah, there's a lot of great stuff in here. And you can save presets. Boom. So you don't have to keep where's this sound I made or tweaked, blah 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 blah. You can save your presets and you'll be straight. Boom. So Juice is another one of those like must haves for real. Must haves. And putting y'all on game to some more gospel production stuff. They have this one loop track plugin. I'll let it go. Let's let it load first. Boom. I will get there. But basically, it's like a loop maker from what I'm aware of. If I'm correct, I think I've used it once. But I recently got this God Track one, which is more of like a arrangement plugin, not really a sound effects. Like these aren't really sound effects plugins or sound plugins, but they're good to have for what I said cleanup kind of stuff. Kind of like if I'm arranging, I can get a click right here. Let's see.
Back to the top. 2,
I
1.
can demo different voices.
Back to the top. 2.
De vuelta al principio. 2, 1,
Easy.
2, 3, 4.
And I can get a click here. Boom. Drag it right into my session. And it'll pair to the exact BPM, whatever my session is at. Really easy, really helpful. Extremely beneficial. Not gonna lie. And there's more controls in it. Like, let's go. Let's get rid of this. Cool, no problem. We can go to the slates. So we have.
Subir intensidad. 3, 4. Subir
Go
intensidad.
back to English.
Drive. 2, 3, 4. Drive it. 2. Modulate. 2, 3, 4. Modulate. 2.
And there's longer versions.
Chain. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Again, you can drag these right into your session, or you can play them out.
Verse 3. Chorus. Bridge. Tag. Break. Repeat. Breakdown. Drive. Stab. Solo.
Excuse me.
1, 1, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5.
Like, these are those behind the house plugins. You know what I'm saying? You're not playing them, but you can get work done while you're in the crib, while you in the studio, getting your session right. You can get work done with them type of thing. So, all of their joints is for real must halves if you don't have them already. So that is really my plugin haul. I have some other stuff, but that's what I say. That's the majority of what they're like, type of thing. Let's get rid of this here, and I can go into some more samples and stuff that I have on here from others, or some stuff I made myself, or some stuff I tweak. I went into some of these sounds in the last stream. There's a bunch of stuff here. These are a lot of sample joints. Super hot. Let's go in. Bring that thing down. And at the end of the day, these are all Logic stuff, Logic sounds, but tweaked to sound like some of these, like, or tweaked, basically just tweaked. Some of them, the names are like replicas of sounds that are established on different boards. So they are tweaked to sound like a certain thing, but some of them are just tweaked to sound like better than just the Logic standard joint. But at the end of the day, it's a Logic source. So these require no plugin. Just some tweaking. That's it. Just some tweaking. Easy. Let's see, yeah. There's some presets in there. And I talked to y'all about Kel Bailey stuff, these modern wave joints. Nothing much more to be said. They're solid. Easy. Got some great stuff. And then these here, these are from Randy Jenkins, a popular producer, sound designer in the gospel realm, but he does other stuff. It's a New York cat. Excuse me for tapping so hard, my goodness. There's some solid stuff in here. And if we go into another section, I think I touched on some of these. Cool sounds for sure. And again, ready off the bat to be put on a record. Not too much else you need to do for real. Just find what you need and get busy. That simple. And I'm going to one more sound pack. Let's go. The homie. We haven't met in person, but solid dude, Jan Hunter. He tweaked some more Logic sounds to fit the lo-fi genre. Calm stuff right here. But yeah, this cool stuff all around the board for real. All around the board. Easy to get into a zone and a real vibe with all these Jones for real. So I just think, mm, for the interest of time, I don't want this to be too long of a stream, too long of a rant. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, both live and in post. I think I just want to take a couple minutes, maybe 10, 15, make a little vibe. I'll probably stay with this pack here, maybe branch to some other stuff, but make a little vibe to end off this stream. Some calm, something real, real chill. I'm feeling that. Let's see if my keyboard wants to cooperate with me on tonight. There we go. Now it's cooperating with me on tonight. Cool. Let's see what BPM I want to hit it at. Nope. Go a little faster. Go here. Yeah, I'll go right there. And the cool thing in Logic, I don't know if I showed y'all this. If I'm just playing, boom. And I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't press record. Oh shoot, I didn't press record. Come on, command. I can do if you would let me. My fault. I can go here. Where are you? Here we go. I can. Let's see. Why aren't you letting me? 1 second, y'all. I'm pressing the wrong button. That's why. My fault. Cool. So say I'm playing. I forgot to press record. Press that button right there. This is the capture record. You can enable it to be here. Going into this drop down, customizing your bar controls. And where did I just find it? Capture recording right there. Enable that at all times. There's a command, I believe it's Shift Command R, if I'm not mistaken. And this will take what you just played as long as your play indicator was going. It'll go back to exactly what you just played. And you will have that MIDI file. So you won't have to struggle with trying to remember what you played all over again. It's very clutch in some scenarios where I'm just playing and I have an idea that's like, oh yeah, I need to keep this. Boom, press that and I get it back. I like that. I don't want to go to the octave so early. Let's come back down. I like that. I lost my first note. I'll bring that one up. There we go. I'm not really gonna quantize stuff here. Just wanted to get that first note in the loop. Leave it right there for real. And let me find a loop that I'm messing with. Let me see what I got. Let's see what I got. Let's see what I got. Find something. Boom. I hope y'all are learning something and enjoying for real though. Throughout this time, I know this wasn't, a huge playing time, but I just wanted to share some knowledge that I have in my arsenal and some stuff I have under my belt, Just share some of what I got put on to type joint. Cool, let's see what I got here. Got some lo-fi loops. I think I used this joint right here. Boom, yeah. Let's go and bring it. That tool I told y'all last week, option, and go to the bottom of the clip, bring it back to form it to what tempo you want. Let's go back a step, make sure. Cool. Aren't you giving me audio? Let's go back a step. Oh, good. See what we got here. Y'all bear with me. Y'all bear with me. go. Change one thing. Get our sound back. Again, y'all, wonderful people, forgive me.